Hello to you. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. I sincerely appreciate it. Well, I said last time I spoke with you that I was wanting to do my streams on a Sunday, and that I was maybe going to come this Sunday, maybe not. Well, today's Friday, and I'm coming to you anyways with another live stream. And the reason is because I have an idea for something to talk about, and I want to get all these ideas off my mind because I've been thinking about them. I know what I'm going to say, so I'm going to do it now. And so maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of changing things up here a little bit. Maybe Sunday streams, not every time going to be the idea, the theme with this stream here. So what I'm going to talk about today is my decision to become a voluntarily celibate. First, a little housekeeping. I want to go back and review again last stream, which if you didn't watch, I encourage you to go back and watch it, where I was saying that every time I drop a video, I seem to get a couple more subscribers. Well, it looks like actually this week my subscribers went down. I had somebody leave. So I guess my thesis is not quite playing out as I expected. That's okay. I don't expect immediate success here. But I do expect that if I keep putting out material like this and I push through and I persevere, I will grow the channel. I will have success, and I don't expect it to be quick. You know, I'm going to have to get better at doing this myself, and slowly over time, I believe I will grow the channel. I was reading a little bit about monetization on these YouTube streams. I guess you have to have 1,000 subscribers with 40,000 hours of watching of your content to be able to monetize, which that's quite a bit. That's quite a lot of time. So now I understand why these other YouTubers that I mentioned before, the Orthodox YouTubers, they get out a book and start doing the filibuster and reading from a book because they're just trying to get hours. That's probably what they're thinking there. I also, I looked at the analytics of how these videos are watched, and I kind of wish I hadn't watched them, but I did, or read about it. And I guess it looks like a lot of the videos people don't even watch to the end. Like a lot of them, they'll just click on the thumbnail and they'll watch for 30 seconds or something and they'll click off. So if you're watching it, watch through the end. And again, I appreciate that you are here and that you're with me and that you are appreciating the content. So thank you. This stream is brought to you by Welch's grape juice. I really like their product. I'm not actually getting paid from them, but I like their product so much that I decided to do an advertisement for Welch's. Now on to the topic. So my decision to be a voluntary celibate. And I'm going to explain this to you using an illustration, an analogy, and also perhaps a lesson. So first, I would like to ask you a question. Have you ever been arrested? Well, unfortunately, I've been arrested several times, and that's maybe a story that I'll save for another day. But when you get arrested, they put you in handcuffs, and those handcuffs are tight. They really cinch them up because, they want them to work. That's the point. And I remember the first time I got arrested and I was in those handcuffs, I actually complained to the police officer. I said, could you loosen these a bit? They're pretty tight. I felt like they might have been, pressing on my skin, or they might be hurting me or something. He said, no, don't worry, that they don't hurt you. Just leave. And he didn't do anything. So when you're in those handcuffs, they do not hurt you. The only instance when they're going to hurt you is when you're struggling and maybe trying to pull yourself out, or struggling against those clasps. So the next time I got arrested, I knew the drill, and I had the handcuffs on, and I didn't say anything the next time, and I just relaxed, and and when they took the handcuffs off, I looked, and there was not even redness around my wrist. So those handcuffs will not hurt you. So now let me explain what this means. Why am I using this analogy? So the reason I decided to be voluntarily celibate, which is now I'm announcing this here to you all, worldwide premiere, is because if I do not choose to be voluntarily celibate, I will be involuntarily celibate, and I will chafe against those handcuffs. Why do I say I will be involuntarily celibate? Well, I'll explain, and this is only a partial exaggeration. Whenever I approach women with some sort of way that suggests a romantic interest, they recoil in horror. Okay, that's sort of a joke, it's sort of an exaggeration, but it's in some cases it feels true. I'll go back and explain a little bit. When I became Orthodox, I was reading the works of Father Seraphim Rose, and he speaks so passionately about the monastic life. And when I first became Orthodox, I read most of his books, and I was convinced by reading his books that I wanted to become a monk, and I actually pursued that. I visited monasteries, and it was my intention, and I did that, and that was actually my intention. I couldn't actually go for certain reasons, for circumstances. I couldn't go actually become a novice. But I kept getting rejected from the monasteries that I was visiting, and then 10 years later, I found out that people who have a serious mental illness they can't become monks. If it's bad enough, I've known monks that have mental illness. Some people can, but if it's serious enough like mine, where you get in trouble, if you start to have problems, then you're not. I was rejected. So at that point in time, I was trying to avoid women for that whole 10 years, and then I decided, okay, well, I'll give this a try. Try to find a wife, and I went through a period of a couple of years where I was doing a little bit of dating, and I asked a lot of women out, and it was just not working. And I'm finally just coming to realize that this is the life that I'm going to have, that I'm called to, is actually to live a celibate life. And this is corroborated by the advice of my spiritual father. My spiritual father tells me that he sees me as a monk, and I value his opinion. So I have also spoken to an eldress in the Greek church about this, and this is an eldress that is rumored to be clairvoyant, and she told me that if I continue on the path I'm on, I will be considered a monk in heaven. And I have heard of the rewards of monks in heaven, and that that they are rewarded. They are greatly rewarded in the kingdom of heaven. So I am going to try with all my strength to enter in at the narrow gate, and to finish my course in this fashion, flying solo. That is my stream for today. Do I want to go into these other stories? Why not? I have a few more minutes. It's only been 10 minutes here. I need to get up to 40,000 hours of views. So, yeah, I say, I was kind of joking. I said women recoil in horror. But, it's also partially my fault. And I want to tell a story or two. This is not going to paint me in the best light, but it's good for my humility. I'm also kind of clueless when it comes to women. And here's a story that will illustrate with another example here. When I was in college, my freshman year, I was in love with this particular woman. And I mean deep, smitten. And I was always thinking about this woman, always. And one day we were talking, and I was talking to her outside of the mess hall, and she was telling me she was going to go to a football game that Friday, and she invited me to go with her. And she took out a pen. She took my hand and she wrote her phone number on the palm of my hand. And, I wasn't planning on going to that football game. And, if I was serious about this person and I really wanted to have a relationship with her, I would have dropped everything and gone to that football game. And I would have gone and rode up with her. But I didn't. You know what I did instead? I did my laundry. That I imagine that if I had gone to that game, that probably would have been the best day of my life. But I did not seize the opportunity. Well, that just shows my cluelessness with these women. Maybe that has something to do with this, but in any case, apparently wasn't God's plan for me. He has other plans. And those plans include this live stream channel, which I will try to come to you more regularly to give you some entertainment. And please, I'm showing you my underbelly here. So like it, subscribe, share. And I have gotten everything off my chest that I wanted to say for the net now. And so I'll see you next time.